If you are a fresher, this video is not motivation, it's a warning. Because 2026 is not coming with opportunities, it's coming with filters. If AI can do your first job, you will never get your second. And most people don't understand what that actually means. Let me ask you something, and please don't answer this emotionally. Answer it very honestly. If you graduate tomorrow, how confident are you that a company needs you? Not wants you, not interview you, not calls you for a test, but needs you. Because here is the uncomfortable truth nobody tells the freshers. The job market doesn't care how hard you worked. It only cares how easily you can be replaced. And right now, replacement has become effortless. Some of you watching this will understand this today, some of you after graduation, and some of you even might after rejection. Most freshers think they are competing with other freshers. That's the first mistake. You are not competing with people. You are competing with systems. Systems that don't sleep. Systems that don't complain. Systems that don't need any training. And here's the scary part nobody says openly. AI is not replacing senior professionals first. It's replacing beginners. Because beginners are hired to do three things: assist, execute, and learn fast. Unfortunately, AI already does all three. So ask yourself this very carefully. Why would a company hire someone who needs 6 months to learn when AI is productive since day one? That single question is quietly reshaping hiring, without headlines, without even warnings. Let me say this slowly. If AI can do your first job, you may never get your second. Freshers traditionally enter industries through simple roles: junior analyst, content assistant, entry-level developers, support roles. These were learning jobs. AI erased learning jobs. So now the door you were supposed to walk through isn't locked, it's removed. And nobody sends you an email about that. The Times of India report says India's top IT firms are cutting back on fresher hiring, adding just 4,700 employees in the June quarter, compared to 50,000 plus per quarter 2 years ago. This is something most freshers realize only when it's too late. Companies didn't announce we are done hiring freshers. They just reduced doing it. Job listings still exist, titles still exist, but requirements quietly changed. Now they want built-in skills, immediate output, zero learning curve. Training is now seen as waste, and AI taught companies something dangerous. Work can happen without people learning. In India, this shows up very clearly in campus placements. Placements haven't disappeared. They have become thinner. Fewer companies, fewer roles, same number of students. So when one student gets selected, 10 silently disappear. No feedback, no explanation. Just rejection emails or nothing at all. The ladder didn't break, it shrank. This will hurt, but listen carefully. Degrees today don't prove intelligence, they prove timing. You prepared for a world that updated faster than your syllabus. Universities teach knowledge, AI absorbed knowledge, but companies don't pay for knowledge anymore. They pay for judgment. And most degrees don't teach judgment. In India, this hurts even more. Because for years we were told one simple story: study hard, get a degree, and everything will be fine. Coaching centers promise placements, colleges promise packages, parents promise security. But nobody told you the market could change faster than the entire education. That's why freshers feel confused, lost, and rejected. Not because you are incapable, but because the rules change mid-game. Here is the most unfair comparison. AI already has experience, not one internship, not one company, but thousands. AI has seen more code, more designs, more business decisions than a fresher will ever see in next 10 years. So when companies says we want experience, they are not always talking about humans anymore. They are talking about systems, and freshers are unknowingly competing with that. Here is a brutal economic truth. Training a fresher costs time, salary, mentorship, risk. Whereas running AI costs internet subscription, electricity. No emotions, no excuses. That's why companies hesitate. Not because you are bad, but because you are expensive. Obedient freshers lose first. This is hard, but it's true. Freshers who only follow instructions are the first to lose. Because AI follows instructions better. Obedience used to be a strength. Now it's a weakness. If you wait for tasks, AI already finished them. If you wait for approval, AI doesn't need it. In 2026, thinking beats obedience. Before we move to the roadmap, let's pause and look at this from industry's lens. I spoke to Mr. Mudit, a senior executive in FMCG industry, to know his perspective on this topic. Hello everyone, today we have Mr. Mudit with us, a senior executive. Thank you so much, sir, for giving us the time.
Welcome, Suma.
Sir, I want to start with a question. Since AI is taking place in the workspace, do you think there is a lot of pressure freshers are facing right now?
Yeah, if you ask me, if I look into say the current scenario, meeting people, so yes, definitely younger generation they are under tremendous pressure as far as the AI is concerned due to maybe a job security or say the time deliveries. Yes, there is a big pressure. So for me, it's like a more or less it's like a time for consolidation. Okay, consolidation for many verticals like initial stages of say IT as a industry, content, analytics, and creative, and many more such verticals where I see yes AI is like a threat. We have to believe in just one thing. Okay, AI is created by humans. Okay, so the message we want to give that they need not to be scared, from the AI. They need to build a skill set where you become like a checkpoint for an AI. Okay, and so on. One more thing is about AI is based on say the past data bank. Okay, so AI cannot be a very proactive as far as the current scenario is concerned, and AI cannot be very futuristic. Okay, so simple is very simple. Like so, if you're holding a bat, so in a stadium on a tough pitch, so you will not become like a Tendulkar in a day one. Okay, if you have to become a Tendulkar, then you have to work on lots of skill sets. So only then you will become like a cricketer. Look towards building the skill sets. So where so there is no such threat, and they have to move on.
Yeah. Okay, so my second question is, we never heard company says we reduced hiring freshers. But if we see the data and the graph, it goes down day by day. So what you think are the probable reasons for this?
See, if you ask me, is fresher recruitment is being reduced? So I would say this is specific to certain industries. Okay, if we talk about IT as an industry, so yes, I'll be agree with you because lots of freshers work, for example, coding or say some other work. Okay, it is being done by AI.
Yeah.
So there is a lack of say the recruitment, but if you have to talk about many other industries, so I don't think so.
Okay. So the next question I want to ask you is, what are the skills that you expect in a fresher to be industry ready?
As far as looking at the current scenario, okay, and my interaction with Gen Z,
Yeah.
okay, so they need to be more patient and they
Okay.
need to focus more on, say, building the skill sets and experience. Okay, for me, what message I want to give them, half cooked knowledge, is very fatal
Yeah.
because, that builds a learned attitude in you and that stops you, from learning.
Yes. Okay, so now I want to know your perspective on, do degrees still mean the same thing to company today or has their value changed?
See, for me, education is must because education makes your learning faster.
Yes.
Okay, but once you reach to a certain level, so then your experience, your qualities, your achievements, and your capabilities that takes over from the education that
Yes.
might take.
Okay, so now last question. In one honest line, what should freshers stop expecting and start becoming?
See, for me, a message to my freshers is about they should deserve rather than desire. Okay, So whatever their expectations are, they should deserve first rather than, they expect, they should come automatically and fall into their place. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for giving us the insight and guiding the Gen Z basically. Thank you. Thanks a lot for the time. Oh, it's always welcome. It's my pleasure. Now let's come to the solution, how freshers still survive. So listen carefully. This video is not saying freshers have no future. It's saying average freshers don't. Survival in 2026 is not about working harder. It's about becoming harder to replace. Let's dive into the roadmap. First, stop preparing for jobs, start preparing for the problems. Companies don't hire roles anymore. They hire problem solvers. Understand what problem your work solves and what happens if it's solved badly. Now move from execution to decision. AI executes, human decide. If you can explain why something matters, you will survive. So use AI but never let it think for you. AI should speed up your thinking, not replace it. The moment AI does your thinking, your value begins to erode. So build proofs, not certificates. Certificates feel safe, while proof gets you hired, which eventually shows outcomes, shows thinking, shows decisions that you make. Last but not the least, become uncomfortably opinionated, not arrogant but thoughtful. As people who improve decisions don't get replaced easily. Now let's come to the final filter. Why versus how. This is where everything changes. If you only know how to do something, AI replaces you. If you understand why something matters, AI cannot. Execution is cheap while decision making is rare, and companies now pay for rare. Let me end with one uncomfortable question. If AI disappeared tomorrow, would your value disappear with it? If yes, you are already replaceable. If no, you are future-proof. So AI doesn't eliminate humans. It eliminates non-thinking humans. So the real question is not whether AI will take my job. The real question is, am I preparing to think or just to follow? Because in 2026, only one of those survives. If you are a fresher and this made sense, don't treat it like a content. Treat it like a warning label. Thank you so much for watching out this video. If this makes you think, like it and comment for more such videos. If you know someone who needs to hear this, share it with them. And if you want to stay relevant in a world that is changing faster than your degrees, go and subscribe to our channel. Also, don't forget to hit the bell icon so you don't find out too late. Because in 2026, the first to know are the first to survive.